Welcome back again, my blender streaming. It's been not streaming for a couple of weeks, and because survey to port the game for this Blender game project into the Android platform or the mobile platform, and I just found something interesting. I already figured out how to create this, and already tested out on the mobile on my Android smartphones. So this is the sample. So I'm just make a very short streaming today. So this is actually the detection for tapping on the touch screen on the Android mobile. It's very easy. It's actually like a left clicking mouse on the logic editing. If I click it, so the cube became true and became rotate. This is for testing on the key or the button on the touch screen, so it will rotate. And already has texture in it, already tested and it works. And the texture on opacity, and it's supposed to be uncheck for the opacity itself, not using the alpha, just uncheck this one, and everything has map, including all the texture, even it's not transparent or has the opacity map on the texture. Has to be all UV map in the mobile platform, and it's showing up very empty on the materials in the Blender. And I'm supposed to be using the recent Blender, but the recent Blender require a new driver on the graphics, so I still use the older or the outdated graphics cards. I mean graphics driver. So I'm not using the new Blender. It's supposed to be used at 2.91, but I already downloaded, but doesn't work because I used the older driver, so I have to update it. But if I have the application, it doesn't work like the old game and the old things. Maybe it doesn't quite a good performance on the newest driver on my graphic cards. My graphic cards very old, and that's why I still use the old Blender right now. And so I'm trying to open this player for the Androids. It's supposed to be showing on the, I think it doesn't show. It doesn't support on the live streaming. Oh, I think it does. It's quite take a lot sometime, so I hope this works. Let's disable the view for preview. Okay, now it's called the Blender Players. So I open the Game Player Explorer. You can pick anything from there. And I hope this still works, because it has different type of 3D. I think not 3D engine. Yeah, it is the. So this is actually the cursors, some of my own cursors, and this is the box. It still works. The opacity texture or transverse texture works. The original texture, standard texture works. However, if I click somewhere else, it's still a little bit activated. And it's actually tapping. I already tested in my smartphones, in my Android, using the Blender apps player with the player 2.63. Yeah, it's supposed to be using the newest one, but actually because the game engine already stopped by the Blender's foundation itself. So let's see the preview. I want to check the preview here, over here. Okay, I think it's already seen on the live stream. Well, test Blender. I already tried out with some. So this is actually the cube is actually the button, because it has a true and false properties. So I'm going to study down the Nox Play only emulator I just have. So this is very, I mean, today is just for very short streaming, showing up that's the progress. I just make it. It's actually the survey, and the next step is I create characters from the Dota 2 and just to improve the modifying it. And the bad things is because the Blender players only open the blend files, and the blend file is easily modifiable in the Blender application in Windows, and it's not going to be mostly because the commercial application is not supposed to be easy editable, especially for the game. And there's another things to I'm trying to figure out. I know this is a bad thing because it's only open the blend layers on the Android application itself. You cannot open the other kind of extensions. And because I used the recent project, I used to export into the engine runtime. So the runtime is C++ coding. There is another stuff. So Android's porting Blender games or anything else into the Android is doable. It's possible. And I already read the forums, which is very old forums in the Blender itself. So the Blender game engine cannot be ported into the actually. For years, someone is just developing these Android players and everything else, including the Python add-ons for apps for the Androids. I think it's kind of doable. So there is something to do with the runtime. So if I just create applications works the runtime on the Android, so it will be. And it can be commercial on the game engine itself, so it's very intriguing, but I'm still figuring out maybe this is going to work or not. I'm still downloading that files on the apps on the Android itself. There's plenty of it, there's plenty of add-ons, and I think it's doable and it will be possible to create the Blender game engines into the Android, and it will be used as a commercial purpose as well. So I think that's it. I read in my cell phone as well for the buttons or the key. It's very easy actually. It's my custom cursors using Masterani, and this is using the hits and properties. I mean the booleans properties. So it will be used as activated the key. So this cube actually activated buttons, and it can be used as a sending message into the characters. Very easy in the game itself. Okay, see you for the next time. It might be quite a while because I want to figure out this works, and beside that I have to create a community itself in the Blender forum itself to make it a little bit promotion my games. Is kind of a little bit difficult. Okay, see you for next streaming. Maybe quite next month. Okay, see you later.